Hello, Spilled Milkers. Andrew Zimmern here, coming to you once again with some crazy beard stuff. I didn't put anything in my beard today when I got out of the shower, wreaking havoc with me. Anyway, it's Ask Me Anything. I'm on the road again in a hotel, trying to prop my phone up in a weird place. So apologies for the strange angle. And this is the edge of my laptop because I have to look at your questions. So let's get right to them. Evie says, Dear Andrew, on your birthday last year, you sent us 61 things you knew to be true. You promised us that when your son would turn 18, you would send us your 100 things you want your son to know. Did I miss that list, or is your promise still pending? And if it's still pending, can we get this list anytime soon? Yeah, I'll try to get that out before New Year's. I completely forgot about that. Thank you, Evie. And for those of you asking, since Evie, I have to assume that, I shouldn't assume, but I'm guessing that you're a woman, and you're reminding me of something really important that I forgot. So, no, we are not married. God, thank you so much for reminding me of that. I will pull my notes together and get that out in the new year. No one will be more thrilled than my son. Bob and Carol, I most recently subscribed to your Spilled Milk blog, and I'm really enjoying it. Thank you. All of you people, become a paid subscriber. If you do it right now, it literally will pay for itself many times over with the insane discounts on those 4 websites. Just scroll back up to the top and look at the deal that you will get. Just upgrade to paid. It's the best thing in the whole world. You will get hundreds of dollars in discounts at 4 different websites, Shun, Kai USA, and Kershaw. It's incredible, truly incredible. And you can get a discount if you're already a paid subscriber by buying a subscription as a gift for someone. Anyway, she writes, I have been a fan, or they write, of your TV shows for years and have followed your suggestions for restaurants through my travels over the years. Thank you. We will be spending a couple days in Munich, Germany. Great. Prior to a ski trip with our daughter and grandkids in the Austrian Alps. Oh, that's fantastic. My family skied in the Arlberg. We did Lech and Zurs, and then, of course, dipping into San Anton for years and years and years. I love that area. But anyway, Bob and Carol want suggestions for dining while in Munich. And as is the case with so many different places, I actually do have a really great list for Munich. My family is German. I love Germany. There's so many cool things to do there. And some, to me, Berlin is a better eating city. But Munich is absolutely fantastic, and there's lots of really cool places to go there. So let me just scroll down and click on the, I had it all ready for you people and made some notes. And of course, oh, there it is. Now it's opening. Okay. Mural Farmhouse. Fantastic hot new restaurant. I think it's single Michelin star. It's in Sendling, and its Mural Farmhouse is incredible. I mean, just delicious. Chef is either Australian or New Zealander. Absolutely fantastic. If you want something that's more casual but still excellent food, Der Dantler. Derdantler, especially for lunch. And I discovered it because someone sent me there for the pastrami, which is insane. You may remember that Germany famously took in 1 million Syrian refugees years ago. And so there are incredible restaurants serving Syrian, Lebanese, and different types of food from the Levant all over Germany. And Beirut is fantastic. It's also in the Sendling area, and I would encourage you to go there a lot. If you are looking for my favorite breakfast there, which is the white sausage breakfast, where literally the sausages are heated in 195-degree water. You don't want it boiling because those, silk paper thin skins will burst. But mustard, sausages, doughy pretzels, just absolutely out of control. So if you would like to try that, go to Gaststätte Großmarkthal. It's a market. And the breakfast is available till noon. It's amazing. You will absolutely love it. It's available. Look, that breakfast is available all over town. That's just a particularly good one. Let's see. Paulaner, the beer, has a beer garden there. You must go. It's totally cool. It's, excuse me. And you can get all of those wonderful beer platters that you get in beer gardens to eat with your beer, which is absolutely fantastic. Let's see, what else do I like? I have a lot of cross-outs on places that I didn't like. This one is good. I know you're going to ski in Austria, but Gasthaus Waltz, Waltz, serves phenomenal Bavarian, Austrian, hybridized food that's really spectacular. What else do I like? So if you want currywurst, which I know is a Berlin thing, there is a place called Bergwolf, Bergwolf, that serves a great currywurst, and I would encourage you to go there. If you want something that's more southern and a meal based around knödel, bread dumplings that you can get with cheese and double smoked ham, speck, all kinds of things, go to Finks Südtiroler Knödelkuche. Finks Südtiroler Knödelkuche. It's delicious. Let's see, what else? So many good places and so many duds. If you're looking for, if you're there and the weather is decent, the beer garden Muffatwerk, Muffatwerk, is great. Yummy cheeses and breads and meats and all kinds of stuff. I didn't like that Asian fusion place at all. This is interesting. Madam Chutney. Who would have thought? The last time I was in Munich, I was a little tired of just eating. I've been in Switzerland, and it's just, I was starting to have flavor fatigue, and I was like, and I saw this great Indian restaurant recommendation from a friend. Madam Chutney is really, really good if you're looking for something like that. If you're just there for a short amount of time, try to just eat the stuff that you'd want to get there while you're there. Pastry. German pastries are awesome. Lea Zapf, Leazapf. It's named after this incredible pastry chef. She's great. She makes really cool stuff. You'll love it. So here's an odd one. Cicchetti are little Venetian bars that serve tiny little snacks, often called Venetian tapas. It's not really the same thing, but kind of the same thing. Anyway, in Munich, there's one called Loca Bianca, L'Oca Bianca, Bianca. Here's what's great. They make their cicchetti with, German meats. So, think tiny little Italian-style buns baked by German bakers doing Italian breads, but with German cured meats in them. Yeah, I know. That made me hungry just talking about that. Um, oh, no trip there is complete without going to Cafe Frischhut. Frischhut. It's 60, 70 years old. It is, I mean, it's got all the Bavarian classics. Go there. I don't think it's touristy. Well, the Victualin market, I mean, you have to go to the Victualin market. That's arguably my favorite place to eat in the entire city. Broding, Broeding, great restaurant. If you like wine, they have a great wine list. God, now I'm thinking of the Victualin market. I mean, there's just stall after stall after stall of incredible, incredible food. Obviously, if you want to go to a 150-year-old German-style pub, the one, and you want to drink, Münchner beer, real local beer, go to Gorshof Wirtshaus. Now, Wirtshaus, Wirtshaus. Great schnitzel and beer. Yeah, and the Victualin market. Did I say that enough times? Yeah, that place is just awesome. Michael writes, hi, my wife and I are considering a brief week or so trip to Europe next spring before the summer crowds. We want to stay in one walkable city or town and center our days around food. We've discussed San Sebastian, great choice, but that's really more restaurant focused there. Lyon, yes, another great choice. Strasbourg, yeah, French-German mix. Where would you go? I would go to Venice, Rome, or Paris. I mean, Venice and Paris are just two of the most eminently walkable, eatable cities that I know of. You just never need to jump into a car. Wherever you're staying, just get out and start walking. And there's great foods of all types, great markets, street food, little cafes, restaurants, bars, pastry shops, snack shops. So yeah, Venice or Paris. Rome, a lot of people, are kind of down on Rome. I don't know why. I love the markets there. I love the different neighborhoods in the city. Yeah, I love Rome. And it's another city. I wouldn't necessarily say it's like super walkable all the time. I mean, you can make the argument that, Venice, obviously, but like Florence is more walkable, right? In terms of in the city center. But Rome is walkable, and, public transportation there is easy. Anyway, Joe writes, what are some of your favorite snacks for home and hotel room when traveling? I would be traveling, staying in a hotel room, Joe. Hotels, obviously I pack stuff with me so that when I have a midnight, I have to have Twizzlers, a bespoke beef jerky. I'm really big on Think these days. Let's see. What else do I travel with? Diet Gatorade in powder form, because sometimes you need hydration. Homemade granola, pack that in bags. Great for a meal if you have nothing in your hotel room. I know this sounds crazy, but I do travel with Cup of Noodles. But not the Cup of Noodles brand, but I get some of the Korean and Japanese instant noodle brands that come in a cardboard as opposed to a styrofoam. And I just pack them carefully in the center of the suitcase, usually just two, even if I'm going for a longest trip, because there's always a time where it's 9:00, you're at the hotel, you don't want to move, and you can always find hot water. And there's just nothing more satisfying. Home for snacks is a whole different issue. I mean, I hate to tell you what my snack cabinet looks like. It's why I could stand to lose 40 pounds. I'm just such a sucker for great cookies. Pretzels. I'm a big fan of Uncle Jerry's pretzels. Order some Uncle Jerry's pretzels. Get the low salt, extra dark. Change your life. Shine, which is a brand of frozen popsicles, all natural. I love them, especially the pomegranate one. Oh my God. What else do I love? Though that's pretty good right there, don't you think? Gabe writes, I've been watching your show for years, love them all, starting with Bizarre Eats. I love how you use food and cooking as a vehicle to connect with people. Thank you. Curious what your favorite weeknight dish is. Something you make regularly or even once a week. Pasta. I make marinara sauces, meat sauces, bolognese. I freeze them in Ziploc bags or in quart containers so I can entertain, and it's the easiest thing in the whole world. That and a salad is just such a delicious dinner. And so I do that twice a week. And for sure, minimum once a week, I do a chicken. Now, do I always do my grandmother's roast chicken? Well, once a week I do, because I can then eat secondary meals off of it. But I can take that roast chicken recipe in 100 different food culture ways. If you remember a couple weeks ago on Substack, I cut out the backbone, flattened it, and crisped it in a wok, and then did my black bean sauce recipe on top of that with a lid, and did a whole roast chicken in black bean sauce. Super easy. Pan does all the work. I can do it in a Moroccan style with harissa and preserved lemon and olives and orange zest and other citrus and saffron, and just roast it on a bed of couscous. So, I mean, I can do it just 1,000, do it with spinach and feta in a bed of orzo with a lot of lemon, and take it in a Greek direction. So, yeah, that's pretty standard. I love chicken. Good and good for you. Chicken 1,000 ways. That's my answer. I'm sticking with it. Lauren writes, how can I get my Brussels sprouts to come out not bitter? Well, here's the deal with Brussels sprouts, okay? They remember the brassica family. All brassicas have bitterness to them. And typically, food people like myself give you answers like, super high heat roast them and get a lot of char on them and then a lot of salt and, put tons of balsamic vinegar and, mustard and ketchup and taco sauce. And, it just gets so out of hand. And the whole Brussels sprout appetizer thing in restaurants is completely out of hand, too. It's become the new Caesar salad, and it just shows a lack of creativity to me that is just galling. Is everyone going to have the same menu these days? It's like cookbooks. If you're writing a cookbook these days and you put a fucking mac and cheese recipe in there, it's an insult to the reader. How many more do we need, right? Anyway, I don't mean to complain, but I will say, because all brassicas are bitter, they do have some bitterness in them, but it's mild. And if your Brussels sprouts are always very bitter, you may want to, and you can easily find out by eating other brassicas like broccoli, and there's all kinds of greens and mustards that fall into that category. Taste them. If they're bitter to you, kind of like people who think cilantro is really soapy, there is a genetic predisposition, it's real, that makes you think cilantro is soap. Those people who hate cilantro, it's because they have a gene. They're tasting something that you and I, if you like cilantro, don't taste. Same thing with insane bitterness, like heavy bitterness in Brussels sprouts. Cabbage, even when you cook it, has a slight bitterness, although out of all the brassicas, I think that's the least. But yeah, Brussels sprouts, if you think they're bitter, there's nothing you can do about cooking that flavor out. You can dump all the brown sugar and butter on there you want. It's still going to be bitter if you have that gene. So Peggy writes, I grew up in New Jersey on the Jersey side of the GW Bridge. Awesome. I enjoy a hot pastrami on rye with a kosher pickle. Anywhere in the metro area to southern Minnesota that serves this choice delicatessen sandwich? Well, the answer is very few. I only know for sure of one place that makes excellent pastrami from scratch, and that's Revival Smoked Meats. I think it's some of the best pastrami being made in America. I think what Thomas and his team at Revival, he's the chef there, are doing is just, he's just so talented, and I can't stop eating his pastrami. And it reminds me I need to go there. Again, I haven't been in at least a year since they merged and took the Revival fried chicken outpost and put it where their old corner table spot was. Anyway, but I have heard that Eli's Bar in Northeast is making their own from scratch. The problem is lots of people serve pastrami in Minnesota, but they're all ordering, whole deli pastramis from New York, from commercial meat distributors. Not like homemade stuff. I'm talking about like Boar's Head brand. And then because they warm it up or they, put a cup of apple juice on it before they put it in a roasting pan every day and heat it up, they say they're doing something to it that's unique. It's still commercial pastrami. As much as I love Boar's Head meats, I buy Boar's Head deli meats and put it in my, little meat shelf for sandwiches at home. But come on. People should make their own. I know it's labor intensive, but the difference is night and day. But so Revival Smoked Meats for sure. Eli's, go check it out and let me know. Tim writes, I just recently found out that ketchup was not originally made from tomatoes. This wonderfully newer restaurant in the Fishtown area of Philly specializes and makes everything inspired by old Pennsylvania recipes. Locally bought and seasonal changes too. The homemade mushroom ketchup caught my eye, and I'm just asking any recommendations to use it best. It definitely has a different flavor. Yes, most of those taste very Worcestershire sauce-ish. Some of them, the vegetables are fermented and have taken on a souring flavor that's really, really good. I love it with meats and cheeses. Fantastic. Jay writes, Andrew, don't know if you remember me, but I worked for you back, oh my gosh. I'm not crying, you're crying. Anyone who I used to work with, it just grabs me by the cojones from deep inside the feeling zone. Don't know if you remember me, but I worked for you back in the fall of '93 at Un Deux Trois while I was a resident at Fellowship Club. Wow. I do remember you, Jay. I went to Fellowship Club in 92. That was the halfway house in St. Paul run by Hazelden that I matriculated to after I left primary treatment. Jay writes, I was the one that actually worked, unlike my friend John, who just stood around looking pretty. My question is how you navigate all the different situations where alcohol can actually be so intertwined with the cuisine and the culture. Well, it's really simple. I say no because I am an alcoholic and a drug addict. And for me, to drink is to die. It is, I will pick right up where I stopped from. It's a progressive disease. Alcoholism only leads from, to jails, institutions, and death. I've been in jails, I've been in institutions, and I've almost died, coming exceedingly close, very exceedingly close on more than one occasion. So I am a recovery addict now. And I take my medicine for my alcoholism many times a day. Prayer, meditation, meetings, but I'm really, really involved, and I do a shit ton of service work, both in the recovery world and outside the recovery world. And when I do those things, then the booze that's around me all the time is just, I don't even recognize. It doesn't even matter to me. I have no desire, but I don't even really see it. The minute that I get out of the center of the boat and move to the edge of the boat, things get a little rocky. So I stay, can't talk tonight. I stay right in the fucking center of the boat. Jay, it is great to hear from you, and I hope you're doing well. And all of you, I hope you're doing well too. Have a great holiday week leading up to the 25th.